Greetings, Synthdog here with a new series. You know, I've had kind of a long week, and I don't know about you, but I just want to relax, unwind, and listen to some just awful music. You might call it truly awful. So what we're going to be doing is I'll be going through some different subreddits and playlists on SoundCloud and various things. We're going to try to find some awful songs. You know, we'll have a good giggle here or there, but what I'm also going to do is I'm going to pick two of these songs throughout the course of the video, and I'm going to try to fix them with any post-editing tools I have available in Logic. So, you know, obviously I can't do anything about mixing or songwriting or the original recording, but I can try to do some mastering stuff, maybe expand, do some tonal changes with some EQs, and just really try to get anything we can out of some of this stuff. Now, before we get started, I'm going to lay a couple ground rules. There are a couple types of songs that really I'll not be able to ever fix. I've seen mastering engineers refer to the process I'm about to do as polishing a turd, but that turd still has to have a few qualities that make it polishable. So there's really two types of songs that there's going to be nothing I can do about. The first is something like this.
There's time right behind my back.
So obviously, while that's an experimental masterpiece, I can't fix that. You'd really have to go back to the beginning and just re-record the whole thing and maybe even relearn your instruments. But this one's a classic and they were kids, so, you know, let's let it slide. Now, the second type of song that I'm not going to be able to do anything about really has no excuse to exist, and that's overproduced garbage. There's plenty of this stuff, you know, someone's famous on YouTube or whatever, and they decide it's time to launch my music career. So, you know, they hire a bunch of producers and 7 mixing engineers, 10 recording engineers, 6 mastering engineers. And while all those engineers and producers and everything do the best they can in order to make a final product, the initial songwriting was so bad that there's nothing to be done. This is a good example of that. So obviously everything that could have been done to that song has already been done, and there's nothing left for me to do. If we see some songs like that, we'll still get a good laugh out of them, but I'm not going to try to fix any like that. So to give myself an easy start, I've cherry-picked the first song I'm going to try to fix, and it's awful. It's horrible. I heard it the other night, and it was my inspiration for this whole series. I created a playlist called Truly Awful, and this is the only song in there, and it's She's So Kawaii by the Leet Street Boys. Straight out of July 2011, a time when the dying remnants of scene and emo reached out to touch the fledgling retro gaming community on YouTube at a time where it was like, whoa, 80s NES square waves. So, you know, I was in 9th grade in 2011. It's not the fondest time that I remember. So I may be a little bit harsh on 2011, but in a lot of ways it deserves it, and this song definitely does. So let's take a listen. There's all this random BS in the beginning, so I'm just going to skip it. It just keeps going. It's just continuous intro with computer beep.
Met her at Gamestop, Hello Kitty tank top, bunny ears and pink hair, fawning over Zach Fair.
Oh my gosh. I've watched this like a dozen times before making this video, and it still doesn't help me at all. You may notice the drums will sound like a snare in the same room as you, and then someone else hitting a kick in the other room. Oh my gosh, okay, that's enough. I think you get the idea. So we're gonna jump over to my Mac where I've got Logic, and we're gonna go ahead and try to see what we can do about this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up a blank Logic project here, and we're gonna take my perfectly legit and, you know, not at all pirated copy of this song, and we're gonna go ahead and drop it in here. So right away, you can probably see the first obvious issue with this is the waveform. Oh my gosh, it's so unbelievably loud. So let's just go ahead and start metering this and see how loud it actually is. Help. Gravitation, the organization, Miyazaki movies, Ari Haruyuki. So I wish. Okay, not too bad yet.
flow like Sasuke. She's so kawaii, so we try so hard to make her scream.
Alright, so it's cooking. So let's see if we can fix this and give ourselves any headroom to do anything at all here. Let's try an expander first and see if we can do anything with that at all.
She's so kawaii, can't deny, she's the one for me. Up and notice me. So destiny.
Okay, it's still horrible and compressed, but we bought ourselves a little bit of headroom, I guess. So now let's see if we can do anything to fix this.
She's so kawaii, can't deny, she's the one for me. She's so kawaii, in her eyes I see my destiny. Why won't she wake up and notice me? So destiny.
I'm going to see if I can isolate any of that bass, make it a little bit less muddy. Okay, so it seems like that's about where the kick is down here and the bass fundamental is somewhere in here. Yeah, that's what it sounds like, somewhere around 100 hertz. I should honestly know that. So let's bust that off and see if we can boost that any. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use some shelves to isolate those frequencies. Okay, we found it, but it's still a mess. I'm going to gain this back down to 0. And then let's go ahead and compress this bass a little bit and see if we can get it a little bit angrier. All right, let's go ahead and put a final compressor on all of that and see if we've done anything at all better to help fix this monstrosity. Okay, I'm going to make a duplicate of this track, and we're going to route these somewhere other than stereo out. Okay, we've done a lot. Let's see if we made any improvement at all. Boys, I think we actually made it a little bit better. Actually kind of hype. I thought I was going to bomb out on this one. I just want to add a little bit of overdrive on that bass to make it a little bit more exciting. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, I think I'm on to something. Well, I need a limiter on the master bus, but other than that, that was definitely an improvement, I would say. Still an awful song, don't get me wrong, but I think there's something there. I'm going to listen to it through a little bit more, like the ending here with the limiter on the master, and we'll see if that improvement is still there.
If she even knows my name, she says she hates Twilight, Edward Cullen is lame. She sparkles and she makes me lose the game.
This guitar solo is awful, by the way. I'm not going to let that sneak by without mentioning it.
She's So why in her eyes I see my destiny? Why won't she make
Not bad. One last thing to do is go through and meter it and see what we're looking at. I'm sure it's a lot louder. I mean, that's obvious just from the AB. But is it 5? Is it 4? We'll see over here on this loudness meter how loud it measures.
Shooting duck on Lolita and Steampunk says she likes to RP, always rolls a 20. And notice, why won't she break up and notice me? So Destiny.
All right, -8. That's still unbelievably loud, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, back when I was learning, I'd have masters well above -5. So, you know what? I'm going to chalk that one up as a success. I think that went pretty well, all things considered. Time to go ahead and save this, and we'll move on to looking for our next song. Okay, so time for the second phase of this video. So there are a few places that I'll go to look for awful music. One of them is SoundCloud. Of course, I'll look up covers of really popular songs, and a lot of those tend to be pretty awful. But today we're going to go with a classic and go to Reddit. There's a few subreddits for sharing music. Some like crappy music we'll probably be looking at later are specifically for people to post the worst music they find. There are also some subreddits that let you share your own music. They're invite only. We're probably not going to be looking at any of those because most of the music on there is probably going to be pretty decent, and that's not what we're looking for. So we're going to start with Share Your Music, which is a free-for-all. Anyone can post on here. There's no requirements, no karma requirement. You can just create an account and start posting. Now, some of the tracks on here I might have heard because I was on here earlier today, but most of these I will not have seen. And once we get to ones I have seen, I'll scroll down or go a couple pages over, so it'll be more unfamiliar stuff. But let's go ahead and get started. Oh boy. 12 subscribers. Okay, so it's very quiet. You can probably hear my voice very clearly over this, and I haven't even gotten to editing, and I can hear it clearly over this with no compression or anything. You know what? This song is not the most awful thing I've ever heard. Let's save this one. We might be able to do something with this later. That was a good start. Ooh, new metalcore 2019. All right, I'm ready for this. Not really my genre, but doesn't seem that bad. Where's the funny? I want the funny. That's what I'm looking for. Come on. A clacker thingy? What? Okay. Not incredible. Not awful. New trap song for anyone to give a change to. Facade. What the heck is this? Oh gosh. That legitimately kind of startled me, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm scary, better when they hit the duck. I will pull up and I shoot him. Oh, it's not that bad. Not that bad. Okay. Hashtag singer-songwriter, hashtag original bands, hashtag original song, International Original Song Concert Video Challenge win free promotion.
Hey there, good folks. Ken Cunin from On Song International. And
this isn't music.
10-minute short concert video. Okay, what does this mean?
Where's the funny? Metal song with VST instruments? Okay. Ooh, I'm kind of bracing myself. Oh! Suddenly got loud, but certainly not the worst thing I've ever heard. My most recent pop track. Let me know what you think. Okay, this is nice. Alright, why is everything on here today good? I swear normally 90% of the stuff on here is awful, but the one time I come on here to try to find the funny, there's no funny.
Yeah, okay. So this,
I've seen this
off of mama, take her to Bahamas, not aiming with the llama, but I keep it going, I'm sit up like a potion, and I'm coming.
Figure it out in the booth with audacity. Hype, fire, slap, slappy, slappest.
Coming through, hocus pocus, yeah, you gotta understand this.
Okay, not really the funny, so let's keep going. This is my newest rap song.
Throw, you only caught up in the water like an undertow. You don't wanna know.
kind of like to honestly hear a song at this tempo, but no one probably has the delivery for that. I can't imagine delivering this slow and still sounding not completely drunk. Oh, I saw this one.
Wins for wins had 1-1. Yankees, their postseason is gonna be done.
Hell yeah.
Wins about thrown, we gonna set the tone.
This is great, honestly. Looks like this guy's just having some fun. I really can't fault that. I don't know why it's on Share Your Music, but you know what? I don't really care. He's having a good time. I'm going to scroll way down here where I haven't been. Ooh, that is a square waveform. Oh! I knew that was coming as soon as I saw Slide Blues. I was trying to pause it and get some words out. Let's start it over. Oh my gosh. Guitar sounds like he's running it through one of those Amplug things you get for like $15 down at Guitar Center. Oh my gosh. That is truly awful. I don't think there's any bass in this song yet either. Please sing. He's not gonna sing. I know whenever I see a rectangle waveform that we're in for a real treat. How does the guitar simultaneously sound completely without distortion and also completely distorted to all hell to where I can't even tell what it is? I mean, I guess there is clean guitar in the background. This is awful. But there's nothing redeemable there. I really think we lucked out on our first one. We might end up using this one as our second song. But let's go through a few more. Oh man. Rick and Morty Music Compilation 2019. Oh my gosh, that was a trip. Okay. I don't know what that was. Industrial, maybe? I'm not sure exactly what you would call that. But anyways, let's see if we can find anything else here. Just looking for anything with 0 upvotes. Okay, I've clicked on this one before, but I forget what it was. And just based on this title alone, I need to see it again. Oh, there it is. Ow! Okay, I'm sitting in my apartment alone and this song is making me nervous. This song is making me nervous. I feel like there's an alarm going off or something that I should be looking at. Or something's behind me. Like, I'm not even joking, I just looked behind me. Why is this song freaking me out, bro? Okay, that's enough. Beach Boys Breakdown. Daniel Keene. Ooh, nice Goosebumps / Metallica. Something fun. In sunny Canterbury. What? Wait, I'm not even ready for the singing yet. Hold on. Oh my gosh, what? Oh my god, why is he playing the... Oh, why in the water, please? This whole video is probably just him and that one girl. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing I've ever heard, but I'm pretty sure it's this guy and his patient girlfriend, him murdering her right at the beginning. They didn't even try with fake blood or anything. The music itself is not that bad. I'm more making fun of the music video here. The music is what it is. If it wasn't for the picture, I wouldn't have looked at the... Wait a second. This kid is pretty good for a Sunday morning. Quarterback. Hey. I like this contemplative space reverb on his voice. Triplet flow for the whole track? How is this simultaneously so loud and so quiet? Why is this one giant hashtag? This one is too. How did he do this 3 times? Okay, if there's another song with this hashtag exactly, I will die. Okay, there's not even one. This guy loves triplet flow and celestial reverb. What's this? I literally have this same interface. So I'm pretty sure this is me anytime I'm making a video, honestly. You ready for a real live look at any Synthdog video? I love that. Oh my gosh. This is a beautiful video. But you know what? I'm going to save this one for another time. We're going to go ahead with this song and see if we can turn this into anything worth listening to. Wow, it's laggy. 14.9 FPS. Oh my gosh. All right, so we've got the song open here in Logic, and the first thing I notice right away is that it's suffering from a problem that a lot of these self-produced songs do, especially in the beginning. I know some of mine did, and that is when they get uploaded or exported or whatever, despite the fact that they've been compressed, and often with soft distortion, which it looks like this has based on the peaks, that for some reason they get turned down past that stage and end up being less than 0. So this one's all the way down at -3, which of course, if you know about sound power and how all that works, 3 dB down means that this signal is at half of the volume that it really should be. So normally if that were the only issue and the song was fine otherwise, you could just turn it up by that amount. But that's not what we're here to do. We're here to improve this across the board. So I'm going to use this little bit of headroom to our advantage. And on top of that, I'm even going to turn it down a little bit more. So let's go ahead and do what we did last time and get a expander going. Actually, with this -14, I'm beginning to wonder if whoever mastered this realized it should be -14, and instead of changing the settings of their compressor or multipressor or whatever they're using, just turn down the master bus. That's actually what it seems like, because you'll see it adheres pretty closely to -14. So let's see if we can get any loudness out of this. Okay, we're peaking further down in the negatives, so that should be what we need. So next, let's go ahead and look at a power curve. It's okay, but there's not really enough bass. All right, that's a decent start, but I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing we did last time and send this signal off and see if we can get more bass out of it. So of course, I'm trying to find roughly where that bass is centered around so that I'm not just getting kick or other fundamentals that I'm not really as interested in. I kind of want the first fundamental for this to just overdrive the heck out of it. Seems like that's the aesthetic this song is going for, which I can dig. I mean, I'm into it. It's just too quiet to start with. Okay, let's compress this like before. Okay, it seems like I cut too much out with this, so we're going to try and fix that now. I don't know how, but it seems like I still missed it. It might just be this bass is so quiet we're not going to be able to find it. I'm going to go ahead and create a bus here so that I can mute this main track and we can only hear this bus, and then we'll be able to monitor for the bass. Okay, yeah, that's definitely just rumble. Okay, I mean, we got something. I really don't think we're going to be able to help that much, though. Okay, let's definitely punchier in the low end. Unfortunately, I think that's the best we're going to be able to do. I'm going to send these both off to this auxiliary bus. I can do a little A-B to see if I've really done anything here, or just made it rumbly-er. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our final adjustments. The drums are suffering from something I like to call cardboard syndrome. It really just has to do with mic placement and how they're EQ'd, or sometimes lack thereof. So I'll see if we can do anything about that. Might have fixed a little bit of that cardboard issue. I'm gonna do an A/B right now and listen. Okay, seems like we're kind of stuck with the cardboard to a degree. That's about the best I can do. So let's go ahead and multi-press this. I want some high-end compression, so I'm going to use the multi-band multi-presser. All right, that's decent. Let's do a little A/B here. I just went through and metered this whole thing with this at -5 after I just talked about people doing that. Oh my gosh.
Skin tight, feel alright.
All right, well, obviously the bass is a lot more rumbly than I'd like, but I don't have any stems, so that's probably the best I can do with the tools that I have. But you know what? I kind of dig this track. I'm not going to lie. Really into that, just heavy garage sound. And these guys kind of went for the 60s way of mixing, not a lot of bass, a lot of treble. The drums kind of sound deeper in the mix, like they're further away. I mean, that's not necessarily bad, but it just sounds kind of outdated when compared to the way things are done now. This more heavy bass sound, compressed bass that I'm doing is sort of more popular with garage and heavier guitar music here in the late 2010s. But anyway, I'm going to also chalk this one up as a success. I'm happy with the results we got here. I honestly thought I'd be 0 for 2 in this video, but I think I was able to improve both of these songs. They're not perfect. And this group, The Patriarchy, I like this track. If you guys want me to master anything else and you happen to be seeing this video, you know where to find me. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I genuinely enjoyed making it. It took me a couple days and a lot of editing to make this, so if you enjoyed it, please like it. I hate asking for that kind of thing, but you know how it is. We all forget to like things. And if you made it this far in the video, you probably liked it, or you're a real trooper to be here at all. But I've got some more ideas I'm working on and fleshing out, hopefully coming next week, maybe the week after that. Obviously, I don't really generate any income or anything from this. It's really just for my own enjoyment, so these videos will tend to take a while. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.